Yeah, so I did some video making earlier today and publishing on social media on YouTube. And the most recent one before this, yeah, I was complaining. Well, I was venting. I was ranting. There's a man in my mother life. He alleged he is related, that he is my mom's youngest brother, Norman Thompson. I've ranted and raved and vented about him lots earlier. My mom showed me, well, she told me that he is coming to Canada more this year, this month or next month, May next month, 2025. He was here 2024. And the reason I'm bringing this up is my mom went to Niagara Falls with him, alleged Niagara Falls with him. And she came back ill. And she took a while to recover her. She didn't sound well. And I sent the police missing persons report because I couldn't find my mom. And my mom didn't phone called me. Very. And I was very, very concerned for her safety and well-being. And eventually she came home. I mean, she's done it before with and without somebody else. And it's very concerning. And he didn't care. He never cared. He's always internet trolling. And he always uses like another person, you know. He's done it before, harassments and bullying, discriminations, prejudices, prejudges, racism, bigotry, and lied. And tried and showed and told it was him that was the victim. Yet it's us. I've videotaped it. I've recorded it several times. I have more than 500 witnesses online that have witnessed everything that other person did as a celebrity stalker, included in malls, Square One Shopping Center and Central Parkway Mall, and all elsewhere, and all residential, as often as I could, evidence. We even showed and told the police. My mom didn't remember very that she disowned him and doesn't want to know him anymore. He forces himself to know us, and I don't want to. I'm not weak. I am strong enough to say no. I showed and told no more than 8 years ago that he's not wanted. And I had a gravely ill cat living since died, and I continue not wanting to know. And I'm sure Norman Thompson, with and or without another person, is internet trolling. Cyber harassments, bullying, violences, stalking us more. Here, elsewhere, where I used to work, where we used to be members, my mom and I, where pets, fur babies, all animals were. You know, I asked my mom, did he phone you today? She said no. I asked my mom, did you phone him today? She said no. Are they telling the truth? I don't know. What worries me, besides all that, including all that, I should say, not besides, including all that, is that when celebrity stalker Norman Thompson came 2024, he had my mom, he gave my mom some greeting cards to write on. I refused to have my name put on any. I said, I don't want my name there. My mom and him alleged who those greeting cards were going to, that mail was being delivered to. I told my mom, we have a post office box. You can use that as your return address. I don't want them to know where we are. I don't want any mail from them, anything. No more harassment. I want not any more harassments from them. I don't know exactly what my mom did. Anyways, earlier, did any of them showed and told my mom and I, my parents' parents, and all animals, all pets, all fur babies, and myself harassed them by mail, etc.? My mom didn't remember, and I'm concerned for her safety once more, our safety once more, in case he convinces her once more to do the same and or more harassments, same and or worse. Even though although she might not be doing it herself, she's doing it with, and I, she doesn't know. I don't know where all those mail are going. I don't know who the recipients are, were, on and off the internet, on and off Wi-Fi's, cyber, YouTube, etc. I don't send mail anymore. I stopped doing that long ago to those other recipients, alleged related. My mom's side of my family. My dad's side of my family, I don't know that she continues sending anything to them anymore. I know sometimes they used to return to sender, one end or more. And I know internet Wi-Fi such as Facebook and Messenger. My mom, okay, she knew my dad and she married my dad. My dad died. My mom showed and told lots of storytelling that she knew them and when and where, met, etc. And looked up their names, address, and phone numbers and tried to reach out and everything. I don't do that. I have had little conversations online, and then I tried resetted my privacy settings since earlier too. Went to the police and others and showed and told them this is what's going on online. I'm frightened. My mom did too. Didn't remember. And now that man is trying to get back. And because my cat is dead, I'm scared even more. I'm really frightened that he'll get in through security to and on and out from and by my front door. He didn't like it that I had to be with her and that I refused to go. She doesn't know half the stuff that happened before. All the harassments by mail, phones, calls, internet, Wi-Fi's, emails, social media, etc. that he did. It wasn't us, it was him. And financial. He had his hand out for money that he was not ever willed to get. Never happened. And well, not like, although one time and or more earlier, I mentioned $1. When he was here 2024, he asked me for that dollar. I don't understand why he can't stop coming. I didn't travel. My mom, ill health. My mom is disabled. And he did not. None of them liked that I was my mother, disability rights, mandatory support person rights. That I had my alive cat died dead. Before dead, I didn't want to travel. My mom couldn't travel very because of her disabilities and illnesses. All other people, all named, and all names. Bellis and Thompson and Maud and all the other ones. All those other people that phone called, etc., reached out, alleged that's who they are, and be, and that they could, may, must, they can't, that they can, could, may, must, may, that they should, can, could, may, must, may, and need, did and do anything they wanted to, there, here, and all elsewhere. Because they're what? Related? It's not true. Next week is the beginning of May this year, 2025. My first May since my cat died. Since my cat died. And he was too ill. I didn't want to suffer anymore. I couldn't give him CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. I would have just, had he lived longer, watched him suffer and die a slow and painful death. I just couldn't do it. And I've been ill myself since. Influenza type A. And then February 23rd, earlier cold, sinusitis, I was showed and told really. And then in the hospital diagnosed influenza type A virus, positive. And then a few weeks later, I was like, oh, I'm feeling better. I know I'm not infectious, contagious. I'm not contagious anymore. I was at elsewhere to get health care, urgent, and I got prescribed prescription medicines. I'm feeling better a week and a half, 2 weeks later. Decided to take up walking once a week, indoor mall walking. And then did something somewhere else. And then later that night, I'm a migraine sufferer, migraines. Heard a loud noise outside. And I fainted. And I wasn't unconscious. I just collapsed. I did not trip and fall. I collapsed. Fainted. Although I was conscious enough, I know I was going down. And I know my floor is solid. Heart, my knees, my hands, my wrists. My left knee the most. And my left wrist the most. And my neck. And I had a head injury. My ankles are bothering me too. My left ankle lots. A lot of it is historical and geographical injuries too that flared. And I just don't want to visit anybody that's going to cause trouble. I don't phone call. I don't email. I don't have any contact with. I don't even have to have anything hidden from me, his contact information, because I'm not going to reach out ever. Not ever. When my mom actually dies, ill health, disabilities, I'm actually not going to reach out. He can find out how through the obituary section in the news media, newspapers. I'm not going to do anything else. He shouldn't be contacting anybody we know and knew. Not any stalkers should, can, could, may, must do that, did that at any centers and all elsewhere. And residential. So this is like the last Sunday this month, April 2025. So I don't know. My mom said he didn't phone her and she didn't phone him. He's not welcome here. He hasn't been welcome more than 8 years. He keeps conniving and manipulating. They phone her. And when she's not able to answer her phone, she has on several occasions, several times asked me to answer her phone. I did. He was on the phone sometimes. I hung up on him. I don't even talk to him very. Once I recognized his voice, I did. I hung up. Same with somebody named Angela Maud and James Maud. They said that's who they are. I hung up on it. Well, I passed the phone over to my mom. I tried to video make some of it and show and tell. other people such as police and social media, YouTube, etc., that I am actually legal, lawful, sane, and competent and employable and correctly here, unlike those other people and earlier residences we were living. I don't know why they keep harassing us, stalking us all the time. More than my father's side of my family alleged. There's 6 of them, plus any of their children and or grandchildren, and those 6 other people, parents that my mom doesn't remember. And it's a scary world out there. It's worse than just telephones and by mail and fax machines. It's even progressed worse than anything. Really, he doesn't know not to come to Canada and bother us. He won't let us enjoy our lives without him. That's not good. And he's so afraid of me since, and he makes up stories and he wants money. And he doesn't always use his real name on social media. That in itself shows and tells a lot about him. My mom, we lived lives outside of Scotland and England. Canada more than 15 and a half years. And eventually, I would have loved to did more arts and crafts and entertainment, although I worked. Mostly because I was bored, having been a student and had all my socials as a student. I worked. And then my mom's health kept deteriorating more and more over the years. And around 1998, we began moving around more because we were influenced by some law enforcers. You know, maybe you should move so those stalkers cannot find whether you continue working and or not, and just keep everything unpublished. You know, your phones uh, don't show and tell your address. So we did all that for many years. Yet the same people kept coming. They would phone us. Um, we'd have landlines in both our names, but when it was my name and they phoned to get to my mom, and my mom used my phone, my name showed up on their call displays. They didn't like that, and they lied it was me. And they tried to say my mom wasn't allowed to phone them, and then phone called them. And as I've recorded several times, that they actually wanted my mom to phone called them. That all that was all lies. And once more, oftener, as per to usual, always we were not guilty. Those other people did instead. I just, I'm not trying to isolate my mom from others. We do have social lives with other people outside of all those other ones I mentioned, Thompsons and Bellises, and all the other ones. Although, and during all that alleged COVID-19, SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome, why is he always coming? Why did he come? Why does he come more? And my mom told him I had influenza type A virus. He wants to come more. And who's paying for all that? Oh, I gotta go. How's your tea, Mom? That's good.
A while ago.
Want anything else?
Not really.
What did you eat today?
Raisin bread and a slice of cheese,
Mm-hmm.
a soup, and 2 slices of bread. Macaroni and cheese.
Rice pudding.
Rice pudding.
That's good.
Finished my ginger snaps, and I had a lemon cream puff pastry one.
And some rice crackers, right?
Oh yeah, I nearly finished them. They're nearly gone. What did I come in here for? See, it's empty.
Yes.
That's all. All I have to do now is take my night pills.
You took them already?
No.
Oh yeah, it's too early.
Hey?
It's too early.
That's what I said. You were listening. I said it before you.
I was listening. And all their ISPs, all their Wi-Fi's, and all their stuff online, internet, cyber, social media, virtuals, everything should be found, showed, and told, and they should have been sued for slander and defamation and lies, and just showed and told about us, and to us, and about us, our names, everything. Really should have been sued and had their accounts removed from being up there, and did not that happen, they should have been arrested. All that online harassments, stalking us. Facebook and all elsewhere. Other people, surnamed, last names, Thompson, Maud, and Bellis. Those are the names that they use, and there's other ones too that I mentioned before. I don't want to go on. I want to enjoy the rest of my night of coffee. They're just such awful people. Awful, awful other people. And I don't know why so many other people chose to did all that instead of being witnesses and showed and told and showing and telling all they witnessed instead. Are you online now? Can you see and hear me? I wish you would all go away and leave us alone so we can enjoy the latter parts of our lives, the latter years of our lives, together and apart, safely, happily, healthier, and happier without you. April 27, 2025, and all later, all since. these stalkers. Thompsons, Mods, Bellis's, all the other names used to get to us, got to us, and all financially. This all began more than most all other places, 16 Maple Branch Path, and worse east of here. And then it got worse west of here. And now it's here, it's worse. All those other people stalkers. I don't understand why. I've researched and researched and researched, and I cannot fathom for the life of me how to stop it all. We've gone to security, we've gone to this place, that place, police, lawyers, everything, and they just keep on coming. Kept on coming for months and months and years. And I hope my next cat, and or whatever for a baby I have, never has any alcohol for a very long time. And I hope they never have any IBS that has to be so called colonoscopy, anal investigated by veterinarians, and anything down their throats, mouths. So enjoy their lives. Nobody ever hurts an animal like that ever again. Animal. I hope everybody starts to show and tell, did they not already? Show and tell all what happened. Who all the stalkers were. And that we, Bellis's financially and residential careers, hobbies, and all other relationships that I worked. And hopefully some of my employers, if not all of them, will come forward publicly and show and tell that maybe I wasn't the best employee ever, although I wasn't the worst. And Credit Valley Senior Services, I hope, closes down big time. I reported them to patient relations and what they've done to my mom and I is elder abuse, and not any elderly deserved it. And what they're trying to do instead of actually giving healthcare to heal disgusted me. Absolutely disgusted me. I have evidence at that hospital, all of it. All of it. They know it's not hypochondria. Those healthcare workers, those healthcare professionals, they know we've been ill and my mom is disabled. And that we've been victimized by stalkers off and on and off the internet and Wi-Fi, such as here. Not everyone, just the ones I've mentioned. There might be more, I don't know. I think of it as more as what it's supposed to be, a social media outlet, uh, creators, influencers. My cat was a creator and influencer. And the next one I want to be all the more, although less oftener, and I will show at least 2 months worth of video videos. 2 months. Some photos, of course. Community post center profile. And show my beautiful, beautiful furry. My Charles is over there. That's the furry I've got now. My pet's fur babies, fairies, gardens, indoors and outside. And I'm going to change the photo of me and my cat to an only photo, nice big photo of my cat. Eventually, one of my favorite photos, and put it there as a complete and utter memorial garden. All about all two and all about that one. And all animals, all pets, all fur babies, previous, earlier, and during, died, dead. And other ones too might be alive more still. Tomorrow is supposed to be an election day. I have to go vote. I know who I'm not going to vote for. Anybody and everybody's named Gupta. I see on the election thing, whatever. I'm going to not vote for them. Nobody in their right minds would vote for them. All on, all security cameras on, all images live, all real time, and all recorded. Doesn't matter if somebody can be kind and or nice. When you get to know somebody the way we've got to know those other people who force themselves upon us, that isn't good or bad. I don't want to talk about it because they're probably online and they'll do it all the more. And we didn't, and we don't deserve it. Like I said, when it's online, if you want to give a gift, that's what it is. If you want to be known to giving a gift or do it anonymously, that's how it is. I prefer anonymous, although whatever. Doesn't mean you come after the person, such as me, and or animal and pet fur babies. You just and gardens. They were never invited on and off social media, on and off internet and Wi-Fi's. I don't know why they kept work to, at, on, and from my friend. We didn't want to know them anywhere else. They weren't allowed to come in. And eventually, all condominiums, securities, cameras on, all that recorded evidence should, can, could, may, must, and need used and showed and told all happened. This is a creator's influencer, social media kind of stuff. And I'm just blethering on because I suppose it's a form of grieving flashback syndrome. And I'm just feeling it today. I really, really am. And I hope all those stalkers that took, and did get anything financially, be it $1, don't come to give it back. Just return it to the banks. Return it by mail. Don't come. We don't want it. Come. We want you just to return at those other house and wares and weds wise, because you didn't deserve it. Especially since you sent mail and everything. You should never have been. It's like me. I give a little on, uh, you know, barely even $1 a weekend. Barely even $1 on some kind of thing. I think the fur babies' pets are beautiful, and since they're there, I like to give give a little. Just makes me happy, especially around Easter and you know. And since I'm just saying, here's the update. What's happened to us? Enjoy your lives. Since I wish you all the best, safety, happiness, and well-being. And because I know you're going to be going through some of it yourselves one day, you might have your nobody lives forever, and there's always that time where nature, heart attack, and or whatever, and or euthanasia, and illnesses as the whatever. I just want to spread some joy and happiness, even though I'm at home going through hell, worse than hell. And where can we go? There's not a lot of place. Real estate is really shit again. It's totally, utterly shit. When and if I do go out again myself and or with somebody else, that is not an open invitation for somebody next door and or somebody else to open to my front door and or terrorize my mother, any other house. She should have been in here safe. I heard somebody at my door. I know the security company that's been watching security. They showed and told that was not real. They were never there. They did nothing. Yeah, when it was my cleaning lady, my maid, they photographed her on and off security cameras, the security guards, and reported her to a condominium corporation and insisted that a fine be paid because she left a garbage bag in the garbage chute room instead of putting it down the chute. Garbage chute didn't always work before. I did it myself and I reported it. As far as I knew, the garbage chute maybe didn't even work properly. It stopped functioning. We should never have been fined anything. Nothing. Yeah, they showed and told that. Yeah, they don't show and tell everything else. And it's not because it's they're at my front door and all historic front doors, security cameras. That's not them deserving any privacy. They're too at on my space. They're too at on and from my space. Our space, my family and I. That doesn't give me any rights to privacy. Condominium and all elsewhere. I mean, when I showed and told myself I wanted to do some meditation and or rest and or zen rest meditation, zen rest, have a caffeinated beverage like a tea or a coffee or herbal tea, anything, a beverage. And did I say I was feeling stressed out and or uh, tired because of another person? That was just my way of saying I wanted to rest my head. I just needed to rest, like I did today on my pillow, between sips of my beverages. That didn't mean I wanted to hurt my mom and or anybody else physically and emotionally and mentally and all other how. I just wanted to lift my beverage holder and have a sip and or sips. That's it. That's all I want to do. And anyone else didn't like us, that's what they should be doing. Resting, relaxing, learning how to cope with their paranoia, aggression, and agitation. Auditory hallucinations and paranoid thoughts. So we're not to blame for any of that. Not one little under lots. Only stalkers wanted to isolate us, rebel us from each other and wanted more others. That's all they've ever did. And then anytime we showed up to get health care to recover, those stalkers tried to show it and told we had hypochondria. Hypochondria. Yeah, we never did. We never did. I mean, this is not self-inflicted. I actually heard it on my floor. I fainted. And all other times, that too. I mean, anybody that would miss a piece of meat, this is another reason why I don't like to eat meat when I'm serving, preparing, and eating. I, when I was cutting the meat with somehow or other from over here, it ended up here. And then of course, I fainted. And I let out some screams of pain, and yuck, grossed myself out. I was frightened. Never, to this day, I don't ever want to see that much blood anywhere, everywhere. And my cat was bleeding. And the veterinarian said they couldn't find the Mississauga Animal Hospital said they couldn't find for weeks on end. They could not find the causes. Yeah, I took him to my cat to an emergency, and they said, yeah, there's blood. I'm like, I know there is. I mean, I have photos. My cat's litter boxes, urine, blood. His bowel movements bled, and he would vomit more than hairballs. He was sicklier than before. I thought he had crystals, a urinary tract infection, but it got worse. I mean, he did have some kind of alleged colitis, alleged IBS, heart condition. His heart could stopped, and see when it did stop, I gave him CPR. I brought him back more than once because I just. But the last time it wasn't his heart. His heart did not give out. It's really weird. Weirder than the word weird. It was really odd and unique. I remember too, maintenance worker, condominium corporation, furnace. We were showed and told we have any pets to put them in another room and lock them up accordingly so that the maintenance workers would not interfere. Pet safety and other people's safety. I did that, yet the maintenance worker wanted to go in my bedroom. My cat was in there. How do I know all other times what happened? I closed my bedroom door. I believed that everything was going to be in lockdown and safe. All times. Every time. Every day. 24/7. Every day. All days. Always. Everywhere. I mean, when I was younger, I came to Mississauga to have more career. Careers and hobbies. And financial. I never thought I'd see the day when this. I mean, I like the view. It's got some country in it. Uh, it's not too city. There's still lots of residential. Although, I mean, any lawyer and or lawyers and or anyone else showed and told that we wanted to claim bankruptcy, that I wanted to claim bankruptcy. I never wanted to claim bankruptcy. Why didn't the lawyer countersue? Why didn't the lawyer arrested, jailed him? Why didn't anybody do more? That money should, can, could, must, and need returned to Weeb Ellis's. And wherever my mom put any money in another country and or to another person, such as that celebrity stalker Norman Thompson, that money should be returned to us. That money not ever willed to that other person. And all the other ones. Andrew Taylor, alleged Crumple Horn Inn chef, etc. And owner, or whatever. I mean, why would anybody with a mentality of that's not? Why would somebody that's got obviously they have a mentality that's not normal? They have a stalker's mentality to showed and told where other people published us, put us out there on social media, etc. Media, virtuals. Why would anybody go there and complained and tried, sued, and tried, stopped us from being there more? At what gain? What gain does it give? What did it give those stalkers? What did those stalkers want? Because they didn't deserve anything, not even a penny from us, not even from those centers. It was none of their business. They didn't have to go there. And they didn't have to come here, and they don't have to go there and come here. We were the best things that ever happened to those other places and to here. Here, centers, elsewhere, residential, home. Best of anything and everyone that could have happened. All I wanted was a smaller garden, a sort of bungalow. My mom's disabilities and ill health worsened, and those people just kept coming, whether I was home and or not. An apartment living is difficult when I had pets, fur babies. We had animals and pets, and it was just difficult. There's so many haters. So many haters. And my mom is a false risk. I can't even hug her because do I hug her, she can fall. The slightest touch and my mom could fall. When my cat died, other people preferred it only, not us. My mom said, I had to do some laundry and I was really crying because it was euthanasia. He was just such a beautiful cat. It was just so much blood. I couldn't even go out to dinner. I still have yet to be able to sit in a restaurant and enjoy anything. My mom was like, bed is big enough. You can lay with me. She promised she wouldn't do anything to me. She would just hold me occasionally just till I could get my stuff. And, because I had a lot of stuff to clean up this time around. And for 2 weeks or so. And then I was like, Mom, I gotta move out. I gotta go back into my room. I mean, my room is the guest room, although I consider it the master bedroom. She has the room. She was where she was because of her eyesight and her disabilities. Sometimes now I don't even use my bedroom. Now I lay on my couch. And she's, you know, and even though I've just said all I did, we should be safe in here. Nobody should, can, could, may, must, and need opened my front door. Our front door, 20, at any time, day and night. There was no just cause to investigate it. There was no evidence. Any noises, complaints, I mean, the police and the courts, all they have to do is press play on social media, and all other times the police witnessed. We did nothing abnormal. We did nothing not legal. We did nothing not lawful. We did nothing not employable. And any stalkers that wanted to know why we were home lots, I mean, that's none of their business. And why we're doing this. I'm looking forward to creating more online. Maybe do some more. I'm going to take a medical leave of absence from social media a while. I won't be doing any live streams for a while. Just want to stay off it a while. Rest and fully recover and recuperate my knee. All other injuries and wounds. I just lack my emotional support. Cat, that's all. Nobody wants to sit and listen to this and look at me crying, although some other people might be enjoying it. I don't know. I might make 3 minutes of video every day or every other day or less oftener. But when I came home to yesterday, really took a lot out of me. And I just don't have the strength right now. I hope you like my new videos. With and or without new community posts. And do I have another fur baby? And that fur baby is a Foodie Beauty. I resign as Foodie Beauty, and my fur baby will be Foodie Beauty. Charles is over there. I suppose Charles is my Foodie Beauty. Just hopeful to live long enough to enjoy some more buds and flowers. Family. I hope my mom gets to enjoy too. And I just really do. I just hope to get better soon. It's been more than a month now since I was ill. And doctors kept showing and telling me that, oh, it's just tinnitus. It's nothing to worry about. It's nothing to worry about. And then got told in the hospital it was definitely influenza type A virus. Not tinnitus, not an allergy, not a hay fever, not a migraine, not sinus bradycardia, not low blood pressure. It was that. I've had influenza before, but that took a lot out of me. And although the symptom wasn't vomiting, I did. One of the symptoms I really had lots of was vomiting. And I do that when I get upset. And I'm very shy. So that's another reason because I don't want to start vomiting again. More vomiting. I don't want to. That's why I sort of eat a bland diet because as of right now, my stomach does not like spices. The only spices I can have are salt and pepper, and maybe um, some everything bagel condiment. My stomach doesn't like. My digestive system does not like lots of sweets and spices more than all the other types. I don't like anything sweet right now. This actual sugar, I can't fathom it. It's really, really weird. That and I'm busy doing, I have to get back to doing reading, and these live streams take me away from that, so I really want to get back to book reading. And active. I have to do some stuff tonight in addition to reading my book. And please respect and understand my privacy needs right now. I don't know if live streaming. You won't find me anywhere else on social media too doing live streaming. This is it. This is the last one in quite a while. Gonna get some tea. I haven't had a lot of tea today and I've got to drink more water. All that talking. I need to rest. Like I said, I want to sit back and read. I was going to do, before I leave, I want to do my body positivity and natural aesthetics. I'll be right back. I'm going to put my kettle on. It's like kettle stovetop. And then I'll get what I'm going to do and I'll come back and I'll talk. You'll like it. It's right up there with body positivity and natural aesthetics. I haven't read this as of recently, but it's a book I got. And I know it might be historical, although I fancied it considering the circumstances. Conversations with the Fat Girl. care where the author lives, resides, and or anything. I just got the book. Apparently she's online. Yeah. What's the author? And yeah, I just thought it was, body positivity, natural aesthetics. Personally, I don't care. Is the other person fat, skinny? There's a lot of both pretty faces, handsome faces. And sometimes when fat, losing weight doesn't make the other person attractive. And or too skinny, gaining weight doesn't make the other person attractive and or healthier. It's personalities. It's whether you're kind, considerate. It doesn't matter about appearances, really. I know a lot of the social media has warped itself into haters, whether they mean well or not. I just think some of them are hysterical because they go back to historical and geographical financial about what they used to look like at, and that they became active athletes in their own ways and house and weight lost and then developed an athletic more than one endeavors and healthily gained weight, muscle tone. My reason was more is what's the difference between morbid obesity morbid obesity and those weight gains? Not any really. Still all obesity. I'd like to try some of that more. Lose a few more pounds, begin getting active more, and eating more and gaining a bit more muscle tone. Get on the scales. Do I go up in weight after I lose about 5 or 10 pounds? I return to my weight I am today is approximately 145 pounds. And eating foods that be there. Awesome. I wouldn't mind. I know my BMI is awful. I have an awful BMI right now. I don't care. Because when I'm active, there's muscle tone there. There's muscles. I'm just weak because of my health. And I'm not going to force myself to do any sit-ups just to have an attractiveness. I don't care. I walk. That's good enough for now. And some light cardio in the week. I'll return to doing my walk eventually once I get used to being alone more. And my knee can take it. My knees can take the because all this happened when I had the influenza type A. That traumatic weight loss. I never thought to not be active. I just presumed I was okay. My healthcare team didn't tell me to not to. I just wanted to walk 1 or 2K a week without being outside. And as long as I wasn't contagious and infectious, I didn't have to cover my face. As far as I know, I never had it again. I was never positive more since. And I don't blame any animal. I don't blame avian. I don't blame mammals. I don't blame anyone. It was just influenza type A virus. I got it. I have to continue living through it. Somebody mentioned to me that it could take up to 4 months to get rid of that cough. I might never be contagious again, hopefully. I'll find out if before 4 months I try to isolate myself from others. Sometimes I isolate myself from my mom. My mom doesn't fully understand. Um, I still have some of those things. I have a scarf even to wear. Do I need to? Um, so am I contagious later on? During the warmer months, I can cover it in a while, and I have latex gloves. This is another thing about the healthcare profession. Some other people didn't know this. What some people might liked the first years of their lives, they could start to have a dislike for, and or vice versa, and either like and or not like later in life. Doesn't mean that they forgot. It just means they've changed their appetite. Just like they could have been allergic to something years ago and then later not be allergic to, and or had stuff earlier, developed an allergy later in life. Like somebody might have wore lots of cosmetics when younger and later in life chose not to. They might have always been naturally aesthetic, I should say. I mean, were I to have to do these manicures myself, I wouldn't do very many because they don't look as nice as professional. They don't look as pretty as that. When I do my nails, were I to do them again, I'd have to do them round shaped. I'd not have time to do all this, and I'd have to do stuff. It would take forever, so I would just maybe. I wouldn't wear nail polish very often. I'm not into. I mean, I just can't. What people see now of me, I don't care that they see my hands. My hands were like performing artist hands when I was younger. Uh, Stages, talent, concerts at schools, played musical instruments or whatever. I never had nice hands, manicures, very often. And later in life, because since I had the scar, I've been trying to just make myself look more attractive. My hands. And I guess sometimes I'll wear a little bit of cosmetics, but I don't go all out for the mascara, eyeliner, and blush and all that anymore. I have a little bit somewhere, but I just like to goof around with it. I don't wear it to make, you know, I'm always doing it like it's a Halloween thing, just like a little bit here. Remember the Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and Streetsville, Ontario, Canada Santa Claus parades? They just used to maybe have some rosy cheeks and stuff. That's what I like to do. Then I'm only taking the piss, but that on a float or whatever, that was actually, you know, serious. So that's my rant and rave before I go off live streaming. Probably read this book or later this year. I could do with a giggle. That's the difficulty I find about being a fan of books, book reader, and seeing the publisher, not publisher, the writer, the author. I've even published myself a little bit more on social media. It's okay. My new profile photo, since I tried to be naturally aesthetic, uh, face, my neck, my hairs. I haven't colored in a while. Need a touch up. Don't think it's gonna last to Halloween. Yeah. Naturally aesthetic. Pajamas and all. Thank you for watching. See you maybe next month do more of these. Not next month, the month after. Bye.